Hey guys, welcome to a brand spanking new deep playthrough of Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I wanted to play it already for a long time. I'm a big Tomb Raider series fan, but I decided to wait until the RTX, the ray tracing patch from Nvidia came out, which took quite a long time. I read something about 6 months since release, so it was apparently released somewhere in I don't know, October or something, September, October. Has been released, I think, the day before yesterday. So decided to immediately get a Steam key and booting up the game and starting a new playthrough. Although I'm still in the middle of Metro Exodus. If you want to check it out, and I'm also still doing Gran Turismo Sport, all the driving school, the challenges, the GT League, the career mode and stuff. Haven't finished those two yet, but still couldn't wait for Tomb Raider, Shadow of Tomb Raider. Anyways, it will be a deep playthrough, my niche, meaning I will go through the game as broadly and thoroughly as possible, looking into each nooks and crannies, reflecting on the graphics, on the mechanics while we're at it. Trying to obtain all the collectibles, if any, doing all the side missions, having as minimal a HUD as possible to keep the most immersive experience as possible. I don't like the trend in modern games with like overcluttered, foolproof, almost like kindergarten level HUDs in games nowadays. So I really respect developers giving the option of dialing down the HUDs. I don't think this game does it that well, but at least I will dial down as many non-gaming world elements on screen as possible. Max graphics and max difficulty, so that's like my niche deep playthrough, going through it as deeply as possible. Max difficulty, max immersion and max graphics. I'm babbling a lot, sorry, I'm rambling. I already started the game. I will put the volume a bit down because I'm screaming, sorry. I have the headset on and I really have, like, unconsciously I'm screaming above my headset volume, which is of course not nice to hear on YouTube. I already started the game to check out the capture card. I will be playing on the PC with a 9900K and a 280 Ti graphics card. It will be 4K with HDR and ray tracing enabled. I'll also have to enable DLSS. It will be a tad less sharp than really native 4K, but it's the performance boost is significant. And I will be capturing with an Avermedia 4K Livegamer 4K capture card, I guess. But that is in the same PC, so that also takes up quite a bit of resources. So I do need the performance boost that DLSS provides. So 4K HDR ray tracing. All the other graphical options I have maxed out. The standard max preset does not actually max out each individual setting. So I went through them and put them all to their max to get the best graphics possible. The only drawback, that's a bummer I have to admit, is that it will be 30 frames per second captured. I will probably play with around 50 to 60 with DLSS, varying between 40 and 60, depending on the amount of stuff happening on screen. But I tried capturing with 60 FPS with the capture card in one PC, but it simply it's too much of a resource hog, and there's like this intermittently freezing in the captured footage, so that really doesn't work. I tried lowering the bitrate and stuff, also didn't really work. So I reluctantly settled for 30 frames per second. So it is a bit of Yeah, an in between, but it's not so fully the best quality video you can get on YouTube. Of course, 60 frames per second is better than 30, but at least as regards the graphical settings, it will be fully maxed out with ray tracing and with HDR. So that is a lot of babbling. I will quickly run you through the menu options. Just I do that once so that we are all on the same page, and then let's quickly dive into the game. I also will note that I will cap each episode at max 30 minutes. I prefer myself to I tend to forget track of time while playing, so I can go on for 3, 4, or 5 hours. But YouTube really still is not really ready for high quality 4K files. If you put on longer raw footage, chances are it will simply not be processed completely. Maybe it will get up to 1080p or 1440p, but often it simply won't reach the 4K resolution. So to combat that, or to help out with the processing, I will be uploading max 30-minute episodes. Now, this is continue, not relevant, load game, not relevant, new game we will do in a second. Challenge tombs. You have like DLC tombs, but I won't be buying them as there are already like 9 or 10 main game tombs to first explore, so good enough for me. Then we have the community hub, not relevant. I won't be doing any online aspects of the game. It will be purely an offline single player experience. Store, I won't be buying any nice outfits or whatever. I think there are also those in the store you can buy these challenge tombs, but yeah, I think there's first I will get through the content that is in the main game, and possibly I will buy an extra tomb, but probably not. Credits we will watch after the game maybe, and quit game is not relevant. Let's dive into the options submenu, audio and languages. I will keep it all default, except voiceover immersion I will turn on, which is most characters speak in their native language for a more immersive experience. I was doubting it because maybe there are some key audio that you do need to catch, and if it's like in Inca language or Spanish, whatever, there's a chance I might not get it all or at all. So I was like doubting it, but what I didn't want to put on the subtitles because I find those also unimmersive. But during the brief couple of minutes of playtesting, I did see that if you really go into a dialogue with somebody who is talking in a foreign tongue, that the subtitles actually do appear, even if you turn them off here. So yeah, that's just how the game works. It's if there wouldn't have been any subtitles, I would probably have still gone for the foreign languages, and then yeah, sadly missing out on any crucial dialogue pieces, because I really prefer just the authenticity and the immersion. I know it's a big overused word, a term, immersiveness, but yeah, it does really capture an important aspect of gaming for me, and that is really escapism, at least really trying to be as much as possible engulfed into a different reality, another world. And subtitles, HUDs, all that stuff really detracts from that in my experience. Anyways, again a long ramble, but voice over immersion will be on. The rest is all at default and the subtitles turned off. Gamepad will quickly run through the scheme. The rest, vibration, invert, blah blah blah, weapon aim, it is all at default. The controls are left trigger aim or fast swim, right trigger craft silent arrows or shoot your base ammunition. The gray entries in this menu, you can see that to the bottom right, is with little asterisks. That is the function when aiming your weapon, and then the button function changes to the action described in gray. So the right trigger we just got, craft silent arrows or shoot base ammo or throw an item. Right button, craft special ammo or shoot special ammo. Left button is taking a herbal mixture for like healing and stuff. We have the left thumbstick is moving and pressing it is sprinting or while aiming shoulder swap. The right thumbstick is pressing it is survival instinct or while aiming is zooming, and just moving it around is adjusting your aim. We have the D-pad, up is the bow or cycle special arrows, left is the shotgun, right is the rifle, and down is the pistol. We have the Y button is the melee attack or finisher. The B button is scramble, roll, drops or submerge if you hold it, or dodge if you are aiming. The A button is jump or climb or emerge. So holding the A is emerge and holding the B is submerged. And A for the rest is a jump or climb, and B is scramble, roll or drop. So they are both like opposites to each other. B is going down, dropping or submerging. A is going up, climbing or emerging. X button is the interact button, or you can X attach, or you can throw a grapple X, or reload when you have your weapon aimed. And the start button, I think it's called the start button. Yeah, let's assume it is. It's a bit dark in here. Gets you to the pause menu, and the back button gets you to the status screen or the map. Alright, that are the controls. Then we have gameplay. What did I change here? Nothing much. This is just camera orientation, aim mode and stuff. All default. Nothing changed there. Display graphics we will go over last. Mouse is not relevant. We'll be playing with the controller. Key mapping not relevant. I will not be playing with the keyboards. Eye tracking, I don't even know what the Tobii system is, but not relevant, not be using it. Square Enix account, I will not be logging into any account because I won't be accessing any online features anyways. Let's get into the display and graphics submenu. DirectX 12 on, resolution 4K, DLSS as explained on for the performance boost. Full screen on, monitor, brightness, default, VSync off, I have it on in the Nvidia control panel. HDR on with full luminance, stereoscopic 3D is off, we won't be going into 3D. Then we have this section, as mentioned, if you put the preset to max, several individual settings are not maxed out, and for instance texture filtering is kept at 8 times. So I went through them all and put them all to their max value. So 16 anisotropic. I don't remember which other ones were not fully maxed, but I went through them all. So it is all here. This is all maxed. Ray trace shadow quality is ultra. Ambient occlusion, depth of field, level of detail, texture quality, texture filtering. Bloom on, motion blur on, screen space reflections on, screen space contact shadows high, that's the max. I never understand why developers have like several levels of quality differing between individual settings. Like some of them max out at ultra and others at high. I don't understand why they don't just do either all high or either all ultra. I find it a bit weird, but yeah, the high is the max here. Pure hair, normal. Pure hair is a high-end rendering solution that renders and simulates individual strands of hair on the GPU. Lowering quality improves performance, especially on weaker graphics cards. Yeah, I'm putting it to normal, that's the max setting. Volumetric lighting on, lens flares on, and screen effects on. That were the settings, and we went through all the menus. Probably I already scared away a lot of viewers because it's pretty boring but I do find it's a part of a deep playthrough, not only going through the gameplay itself, but also the game, how the game is set up, its options, its functionalities, its mechanics, etc. So that's why I'm yeah, taking a couple of minutes to get through it all. Let's start a new game. There is one thing that I still have to explain, and that's the difficulty. You have 3 difficulty categories: combat, exploration, and puzzle. You can change them all individually, or you can do like the overall difficulty, which goes from smart and resourceful to rite of passage, which is normal, to one with the jungle, which is hard, to deadly obsession, which is very hard. I of course want to do max difficulty, so this would be the one to choose, but I decided to go with one with the jungle because the difficulty in itself is equal to deadly obsession. The only difference being that with deadly obsession you can only save your game at base camps, and apparently that's not that hard. They are pretty scattered around once you get further in the game, but apparently at the beginning of the game there's it's really hard, and if you die, which you will, I've read on the forums, it won't be all your fault dying. It can also be the camera freaking out and you just falling off a ledge or whatever. You do have to backtrack a lot, and I won't be editing my captured footage for the playthrough. You will be seeing like a one-to-one reflection of my gameplay experience. So I don't want to have too much backtracking included. So that's why, otherwise I would have gone with Deadly Obsession if I would have played myself. But doing it also as a playthrough, I think it's just more fluid to go with the one with the jungle difficulty setting, because let's run through the difficulty settings if you compare the two. First, let's look at combat difficulty, the first category. I'm now, you see it, no health regen, no hit marker, blah blah blah. If you go to Deadly Obsession, nothing changes over there. It's exactly the same. So combat difficulty is equal. Exploration difficulty is the only one that differed, at least according to this menu. You see that an extra sentence is there below. So it is starts with no white paint on critical path, reduced saving grab timer, no survival instincts during exploration, and base camps are unlit. That's one with the jungle. Deadly Obsession is no white paint on critical path, reduced saving grab timer, so that's equal. No survival instincts during exploration, which is the same. The only difference is base camps are unlit and require resources to light, which requires some resources to light them, or you can keep them not lighted, I guess. I'm not sure. You can keep them dim. And the other one is game saves only at base camps, and that's the one that that I really have put a lot of thought into it. I'm not gonna go with it. I really was tempted. I actually already started this playthrough, and I only noticed afterwards that 60 frames per second is not working with the 4K HDR and stuff. But the episode that I did record, I actually went with Deadly Obsession. But afterwards, when I was like, okay, I have to restart over again, then I really reconsidered and said, like, no, probably it will be too much backtracking. So it will be one with the jungle. Let's quickly also check the last difficulty category, puzzle difficulty, all below. No hints given by Lara, no survival instinct, blah blah blah. If I go to Deadly Obsession, you will see no difference. It's exactly the same, the last one. So we will be going with one with the jungle, and apologies for anyone who really is tired of my babbling. I am done now, so hope you trucked through it, you stick with it. Here we go. Shadow of Tomb Raider was created by a diverse and talented team comprised of multiple genders, backgrounds, ethnicity, religious beliefs, and personalities. Although the game is not based on real-life events and represents a work of fiction, it was developed in conjunction with a historian and cultural consultants. This variety and parties were both instrumental in crafting the world you're about to experience. No matter where you come from or who you are, allow us to be the first to say, welcome to Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I really find this overdone for our friend Mike Sherlock. I don't need politically correct disclaimers in my game. Please keep politics out of an piece of entertainment, a piece of escapism to actually get away from the daily grind of politics and stuff. So yeah, that's not a good first opener in my book. But whatever, what is coming up certainly is. So let's forget about that social justice warrior disclaimer over there.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna level it!
There are no parachutes!
I know! Get ready to jump!
No fucking way!
Jonah, we have to!
Are you out of your fucking mind, Laura?
We have no choice!
I'm not jumping out of this plane!
Oh, she has the part with no wings. Not that wings help if you're like in half an airplane, but still. Come on, Lara. By the way, I already did some playtesting. She looks amazing, Lara. Seriously, very beautiful girl. And that her features are done
Jonah, you there?
incredible. In my book. Very classy and super sexy. Maybe that sounds a bit creepy, talking about like an in-game character. But yeah, it is what it is. I find her amazing. And the graphics, check out the ray tracing, light, looks amazing.
Jonah, I'm here.
Really looking forward.
Just a little stuck. A rock hit my leg.
Don't move, I'll get help.
No, I'm right on Trinity's tail. I don't want to attract attention.
I'm on my way.
I won't be long.
Here, these kinds of hot elements, they're so retarded in my book. Check out how big it was. Really reminds you, oh yeah, I'm playing a game. Anyways, I'm a huge fan of especially the first ones in the series. The Tomb Raider games, they were so tough. You really hit like brick walls with puzzles that were incredibly difficult. Like looking for a lever for like hours on end. And that's the only thing that I dislike a bit in modern games. They all became way too easy in my book. And Tomb Raider also a bit. It's more a bit of like, come on Lara, walk. It's like an interactive movie, which is also super cool. But the first Tomb Raider games, they really gave you a huge sense of accomplishment once you finally solved a riddle or a puzzle. And that's a bit lacking in modern games, in my book, in my opinion. But the upside is they look amazing. Alright, here we go. Press left stick to move and A to jump. A few more info in the survival guide. Jump again to scramble up taller obstacles. Inventory, we have a knife, skills, Cayman's speed. If I knew what it was, I would tell you. Skills warrior, Puma's rest, and seeker we have Hoat since step. Handy to know. Lara's notebook, a record of my hunt for Trinity. She's after Trinity apparently. There's a map in the background. Side missions, no active ones. Challenges, no active ones. And COZUMEL caves, the map, a faint light. Climb out of the cave. We can do that in the inventory. God damn it, you can gather a lot of stuff in this game. Check out all kinds of pelts and stuff. Let's zoom a bit. Alright, and the legend. Lara Croft, objective, ziplines, base camp, side mission area, mission giver. It's almost like an open world map, it looks like. Challenges, relic, document. We will be collecting the relics and the documents and the murals. Survival cage, cache, monolith, explorer, backpack, archivist map, sarcophagus, a crypt, a tomb, steel, a treasure chest, a merchant, gold, jade, jaguar, black wolf, albina, capybara, eagle, empress jaguar, and a condor. God damn it, that's a lot of stuff to encounter. And we have 2000 gold pieces in the pocket, as displayed on the top right. Here we go. Nothing there, I guess. Can I run?
Jonah, I'm out. Be careful, the way into the site is full of traps.
Trinity's not done with it yet.
They're protecting something.
It's pretty cool. It's a Puma over there. Is that an...
Still no solid leads on who's leading the local Trinity cell. But I talked to some people in town, and they're excited. There's a VIP coming to the Day of the Dead. Name's Dominguez. We should look into it.
Alright, this is a corpse with a puma or a panther mask or whatever. It looks a bit weird. Anyways, here we go. We have a dead soldier over there with actually a pretty modern helmet on. So, didn't die like ages ago. And here's another one. They apparently were all taken by booby traps or something. Alright, here we go. Come on, Lara, you can do this. Good work. Yeah, come on, climb up. What the hell? Yeah, like so. Come on, Larry, you can do this. Alright, here we are. Those XP points, come on. Why can't I disable those? Maybe there's a mod for it. I will check it out. Because I really find it unimmersive. Anyways, guys, hitting the 30-minute marker. It was a lot of babbling for me. Sorry. In the next episode, I will absolutely go more into the game itself. Make some good progress. Talk a bit less. And yeah, get ahead. Hope you enjoyed this one still somewhat. This yeah, introductory episode with a lot of menus and stuff to go through. Hope to see you in the next episode, and that you yourself will also never ever forget to always keep on gaming. See you later.